conceptually with Lamar at the three, what changed, or is it Kobe at three and Lamar at the guard spot? What is it in your mind?
You're just going to have to wait and see it. It's going to be so exciting. It's just going to be great.
This is the perfect time for a sneak peek to get everybody into it.
No, you won't see it. We'll unveil it in October, somewhere around the 10th, I bet.
You had mentioned different personnel in next year, I guess mainly Andrew, but maybe other people. Does that mean you having to, I guess, alter a little bit of how you approach what you're going to be doing or the offensive schemes, or is it more about them, the different personnel, adjusting to what what you've been doing?
It's about different personnel on the floor for different minutes, and it'll be other roles, obviously, that have to adjust. We had a incredible bench, early in the year with Andrew and Vladi, playing off the bench with Sasha and Jordan. Andrew got hurt, went to the starting rotation, then got hurt. Vladi went to the starting rotation. We broke up the units a little bit, and that's probably going to happen next year. We can't tell exactly how it's going to all work out, but that'll be personnel that'll play in different units. It'll change the type of play that we have on the floor depending upon the personnel that are out there.
So you just said Vladi and incredible the same paragraph there.
That's good.
It's incredible to believe.
Does Sasha need to come back here? How vital did he become with his outside shot starting basically mid-February and through part of the playoffs, I guess?
Yeah, Sasha had a breakout year this year as far as notoriety, but he's notorious with us. There's no doubt about it. And we see him, at a pivotal point in his career where he has the makings, and he's 23 years old, still a very young man. A lot of players come out of college at that time, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and he has the makings of potentially a starting guard in this league. So I don't know what's going to happen. He feels he wants that type of role, but he understands how enjoyable it is to play with his teammates and wants to come back. And we think that he's an important cog in what we do. We'd like to have him back. We'd like to have our players back.
The expectations next year compared to this year, when it was all about Kobe and what's going to happen, and the playoff aspirations were much more limited. Next year, the roster is likely to look similar. People are going to come into camp, and the team is going to be expected to be a championship caliber team. How does that change what people need to do over the summer? What your guys are going to have to do looking forward to next year?
Well, there's a certain responsibility to that. Last year we had a number of players that had trouble rehabilitating during the offseason. They had operations. They just could rehab and not condition. I should say more, not condition. This year, it's a short summer, and we lose 30 days or 45 days of period of time where they could train last year. So training is going to be really important, but the first thing that we emphasize is getting rest and recuperating, and then start your training, and there's ample time to come in and get together as a basketball team, and the expectations should be high, and this team deserves them. But I think everybody's realistic about the fact that our conference is a loaded, talented conference. There's going to be a tremendous amount of competition, and it's just going to be another exciting year to play basketball out here in the Western Conference because of the competition level that's brought to all the games. The game's going to be very interesting.
Do you feel they're ready to be championship favorites heading into a season as opposed to sneaking up on them?
Well, we didn't show that. We showed that we could win out here in the West, and we were good in our conference. But we weren't ready for the bruisers of the East, for that bruising, in your face kind of style that was played by Detroit and Boston. Basically played that style of ball, and they've been successful the last two times against the Lakers, both those two teams, and we have to be able to match that type of play, and that's going forward.
Can you do that without changing personnel? Can you get guys to get tougher, meaner, or whatever?
Well, I think that the middle and rebounding would improve dramatically if Andrew was on the floor for minutes, and I think everybody recognizes that. His size and length and his weight carries a real sense of intimidation and you know, that kind of energy that you like to have on the court. And I don't think that overpowering nature would happen to us, but that's still yet to be seen. That's what we'll see.
Does your view of some of your players change after the way that Game 6 loss went down by so many
No.
points?
I'll look at that tape next September, and then we'll make an assessment.
Gotta wrap it up here, guys.
Yeah,
Coach, are
thank
you
you.
at all concerned? Are you at all concerned about a slow start next season because some of your members will be playing in the Olympics and they need time to recuperate themselves?
Yeah, I'm not concerned about it. It may happen, but it won't be a concerning thing because, you know, when you run this race and it's a marathon race from, you know, basically October you start until you finish in June. It's a long time to put guys through the grind. When you're a very young team, you want them to be very, you know, excited about, you know, the exhibition, about training camp, about getting off to a good start. When you have confidence in your ability, you know that you can play a certain game that's going to be, you know, a winning style of game. Then we know that we can approach this a little differently, which we've done in the past, and some of these players will recognize it. You know how we'll go through this. We may not have 2 a days. We may have single practices in a day. We may have to step back a lot of running activity that we have early, just accommodate guys as they get back into the group. So, you know, we'll adjust our team play to how it's demanded upon us as a group. Thank you.